So, you're a designer. You've probably poured countless hours into making your resume an absolute work of art. But what if I told you that that beautiful design is the very reason you're not getting hired? Today, we are cracking the code on designer resumes and how to sneak them past the robot gatekeepers.
It's a really frustrating thought, isn't it? You put your whole creative soul into this perfect document just for it to vanish into some digital black hole. So why does this happen? Well, because before your resume can ever wow a human, it has to get past a robot first.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to dig into what I call the designer's dilemma. Then we'll talk about how to beat that robot, and after that, I'm going to walk you through the two-resume strategy, exactly how to build it, and how it all fits together with your complete application.
This brings us right to the heart of the problem, what I call the creative paradox. The very things that make you an amazing designer, your creativity, your eye for layout, your unique style, are often the exact things that make your resume completely invisible to employers.
Think about it for a second. That really cool two-column layout you spent hours on, those custom fonts you found, these slick infographics you're so proud of, to a machine, it's all just noise. It literally can't process that information, which means it can't see your incredible skills and experience.
So, who is this creativity-hating machine anyway?
Well, it's time to meet the main villain of our story, the Applicant Tracking System, or ATS.
An applicant tracking system, or ATS, is basically the bouncer at the front door for most companies. It's software built to scan hundreds, sometimes even thousands of resumes to find the best matches for a job description. It's not looking for beauty, it's just looking for data, for keywords, and for standard predictable formatting.
And this right here, this is the massive disconnect. You look at your resume and you see this beautiful, clean, powerful document. The ATS looks at it and sees a chaotic mess of gibberish. You know, it can't read text inside of images, it has no idea what your custom icons mean, and it scrambles columns into nonsense.
And what's the result of all that digital confusion? Well, the number is, honestly, it's pretty staggering. Up to 75% of all resumes get rejected by an ATS before a human being ever lays eyes on them. And yeah, you guessed it, because of their unique formatting, designer resumes get hit the absolute hardest. Okay, wow, that is a daunting number. But hey, don't go tearing up your beautiful portfolio just yet. There is a really smart and super effective way to solve this. And that brings us to Section 3, the two-resume strategy. This is the real game changer. The solution is actually beautifully simple. You just create two different things. First, you have an ATS-optimized resume. This one's for the robots. It's clean, it's structured, and it's packed with keywords. Second, you put a big, obvious link inside that resume that takes the human recruiter straight to your amazing creative portfolio.
So how do you actually go about building this robot-friendly resume? Let's get practical. It's time to open up the playbook and go through the steps you can take right now.
First things first, content is king. The ATS is looking for predictable, standard headings like work experience. But even more important, it wants to see results. So instead of just saying, designed social media graphics, you say something like, developed a new visual style for Instagram that boosted post engagement by 40%. And you always want to mirror the keywords you find in that job description.
And hey, here's a little pro tip for you. Hunting down every single keyword can be, well, it's tedious. You can actually use an AI career assistant like GetHired.work to analyze the job posting for you. It'll pull out all the most important keywords to make sure your resume is perfectly optimized. It's a huge time saver.
Now, what about the design? Look, ATS-friendly does not have to mean ugly. You can still use a clean, modern font, some subtle color for your headers, and create a really clear visual hierarchy. But, and this is the most important part, the single most crucial design element is the bridge to your real work. A big, bold, impossible-to-miss, clickable link to your online portfolio.
So you've got the perfect ATS resume. Awesome. But that's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle, right? So for our final section, let's zoom out and take a look at the big picture, your complete application strategy.
I want you to think of your application like a team, where every single piece has a very specific job to do. The ATS resume, its job is to get you past the front gate. The portfolio is there to prove your incredible talent. The cover letter explains how you think and shows your passion. And your LinkedIn profile, that provides the social proof. When they all work together, they paint a complete and really compelling picture of who you are. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that success isn't about sacrificing your creativity. Not at all. It's about being strategic.
You use that simple, clean resume to pass the robots test, and then you let your amazing portfolio completely win over the human on the other side.
It's a simple shift in mindset, but it honestly changes everything. Stop trying to get your resume seen and start creating a clear path for recruiters to see your work. Because at the end of the day, that is what truly, truly sets you apart.